you can find what you subscribe to in the reflection more often than not. And now Spirit's pointing out to say that there's 3 levels of reflection, okay? There's the level of reflection that happens with our thought, which Spirit says to me is kind of like windswell for those surfers out there or sailors. Windswell is the kind of swell that you get, the waves you get when the wind is blowing on the ocean surface, as opposed to groundswell. Groundswell is the kind of waves you get that are created by storms deep in the ocean. So they're very, very deep. Now, windswell will reflect in the reflection of your life. So if you think certain thoughts or you notice something or focus on it for a particular moment, you might notice that on a billboard, or you might notice it, for example, in this message, something you were just thinking about. The actual words you were focusing on, you might hear somebody actually say them if you flip on the tube, for example. Now, with our emotions generally are reflected back by events and experiences that perpetuate the states of being that we have been embodying. And then our beliefs, which are our hardened ideas, are reflected in the reflection in the mirror of our life by giving us the evidence of what we're subscribing to. So if I feel like, for example, if I feel like I'm someone that is always receiving wonderful things, like things come easily to me, then I'll notice in the reflection that things come easily to me. If I alternatively, like I pulled a card earlier today for another reading where, what was it? It was scarcity mindset, or scarcity or lack consciousness. If somebody is thinking life is hard and things don't come easily, they'll find the evidence that they have to work a lot harder to get by, for example. So with this card, it's all about resonance. If we embody a version of ourself that is, Spirit's really emphasizing this, embodying the version of yourself that has the beliefs and ideas that life is working out for us, we're going to see that in the reflection. And if we step into states of being by choosing it with our focus, we're going to feel better. We're going to feel good. And that mood will be kind of infused in the reflection. We'll get more evidence of things that perpetuate that mood. And likewise, if we're focusing on surface thoughts or just, having conversations, we notice a certain car go by, maybe we just got a new car, we'll see that car, that exact car show up in our reflection. So that's kind of the way the law of resonance kind of works when we separate it into our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, or our thoughts, emotions, and our hardened ideas. Beliefs are the ones that kind of run on autopilot most of the time. That's why we don't catch them. But if your life is going in a certain direction, you can look at the ideas, the hardened ideas that you're subscribing to, and look for that evidence in the reflection. It can help you kind of figure out what's going on that deeper level. And emotions, we can always focus in such a way that conjures, we can use our thoughts, the wings of thought, to immerse ourselves in an emotional experience. I like to do that actually every morning as part of my practice. And then we have I'd like to say a better chance of seeing that in the reflection, because there's a little bit of a delay. But when we continue to operate out of an embodied state of peace or joy, for example, then we're going to experience more events, objects, things, people, places, and things that are going to perpetuate that feeling of embodiment. Now I'm hearing mention the bass line. Emotions are kind of like the bass line of your life. For those of you who are musically inclined, bass is like one of my favorite instruments. It's the one that creates the rhythm and the groove. For the song, it's the lowest, generally one of the lower instruments in the band, so to speak. And emotions are that. They create the bass line, the groove, the rhythm, the feel, the vibe of the experience. Of course, we choose it first, and then we get it in the reflection. So anything else you want to add, Spirit? Okay, I think that's it. That's the message for today. If you enjoyed this message, please like, subscribe, share, and comment, and share your beautiful energy. This is a new channel. We super appreciate it. This channel is Vibrational Sciences, and we're diving into metaphysics, manifesting, and mysticism, and exploring the nature of reality together. And if you're interested in coaching, Akashic record readings, or visionary art, you'll find that information in the description box below. Thanks for visiting, and see you in the next message.